All right, next we're dealing with some mid-segments here. DE is a mid-segment of triangle ABC. We talked about mid-segments. Mid-segments are half of the full side, or you can say if you double a mid-segment, which is usually the way I write it, double a mid-segment to get a full side right there that it is parallel to. By the way, a mid-segment is just connecting two midpoints of a figure right there. So if you start out with the 7, you just really need to go 7 times 2. That'll get you x is 14 units right there. So that's pretty straightforward. Okay, like on this next one here, if I had like a 20 right here, I guess I didn't put numbers here, to go and get DE, you would go 20 divided by 2, and then that would be 10. Okay. Now, since a midsegment connects midpoints, E is technically a midpoint, so if you want to go find this side right here, it would be 8 and 8 on both sides right there. And that would be your little piece right there. So that's dealing with your midsegments right there. 2 times the midsegment equals the full. Okay, next couple of problems here. These are dealing with the perpendicular bisectors. If you have a point that lies on a perpendicular bisector, that means the point is equidistant from the ends of the segment that you're dealing with here. So what is that saying? It's saying that these two here are equal. So you can go and set these guys here equal, and then use some algebra 1 steps to go solve for x. You can subtract 3x from both sides. We can add the 16, and what's that get us? 24, and then we can divide, and that's 6 right there. They did want us to go find AB, so I should probably go plug that back in. 3 times 6 and then plus 8 should be, let's see here, 3 times 6 would be, was that 18, and then 18 plus 8, that should be 26 units. And that'll be it there. Okay, next one's pretty much the same thing with some different numbers here. You have 2x plus 4 equals 4x. So they're telling us that this point B here is equidistant right there, so it must lie on a perpendicular bisector. Set those equal. Most of y'all would not have done anything different. When you subtract, you'll get 4 equals 2x, and then when you divide, you get x equals 2. Okay, and since they didn't want the value of x, they wanted CD. I guess we can go plug that right back in there. 2 times 2, and then plus 4, that comes out to 8 units. Oops. And that'll be it there. Okay. Next is dealing with some angle bisectors. So we say if a point lies on an angle bisector, it's equidistant from the two rays. So what does that mean about these angles? These angles here are being bisected. So kind of like before, you just set these two things here equal. Most of y'all probably would have done that even if you didn't know the theorem. We could subtract the 4x. We'll get x minus 2 equals 5. We can add 2, we'll get 7, and then we'll take that 7, and actually they only want value of x, so we'll just box that up, and that'll be our answer there. Okay, 37, they tell us that this angle here is being bisected, which means these here have to be equidistant from the rays. So that just means set these guys here equal to each other. We could subtract 4x, we'll get 4x. We can add the 9, you'll get 4x equals 12, and then you can divide, and you get x is 3. So just set those equal, and then you're good to go. Probably most missed question here on the test and stuff like that is the mid-segment problem here, dealing with algebraic expressions. So if you go and label it here, BD, that's 4x plus 2. And then AE is the 3x plus 8. And the issue is people will want to go and set these equal. So I'm going to write this down, but I'm going to put a big X through this here. So this is the way people sometimes set it up improperly. That is not the correct way. Those are not equal. If you just look at the picture, the midsegment is always going to be smaller than the other side. So the relation is you do 2 times the midsegment equals the full. I want to do 2 times the 4x plus 2. That will equal the full side 3x plus 8. And then you can go and distribute and then clean this up here. This is 8x plus, I believe, 4 equals 3x plus 8. We could subtract the 8x, that'll get us, or subtract 3x, that'll get us 5x. And then we could subtract 4, that's going to equal 4. That'll equal 4 over 5. I guess we could call that 0.8 if you wanted right there. They wanted the value of x, so that would be done right there. If you needed to go find the actual number, you can go plug that back in to go find the actual number that matches.